In the quiet hours of the morning, the world of journalism lost one of its most steadfast and principled voices. Journalist and writer Hussein Aykol passed away in Ankara after a long and difficult medical struggle, leaving behind a legacy defined by courage, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to truth. His passing marked the end of a journey that spanned more than 3 decades, a journey shaped by resistance, perseverance, and deep belief in the power of free expression. For many, Hussein Aykol was not just a journalist, but a symbol of what independent media could and should represent. The events that led to his passing began on a night that would later weigh heavily on his colleagues and loved ones. He was found unconscious in his home after suffering a severe cerebral hemorrhage, an unexpected and devastating medical emergency that changed everything in an instant. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors immediately began intensive treatment. What followed was a long period of medical care filled with uncertainty, hope, and patience. For more than 2 months, he fought quietly, surrounded by concern from those who admired his work and respected his life's mission. Despite the efforts of medical teams and the prayers of many, Hussein Aykol's condition did not improve enough for recovery. In the end, his body could no longer endure the damage caused by the hemorrhage, and he passed away in the early hours of the day. News of his death spread quickly through journalistic circles and beyond. It was met with deep sadness, not only because a respected writer had passed, but because an entire era of principled journalism felt as though it had lost one of its pillars. Hussein Aykol's life was defined by dedication to his profession. He entered journalism at a time when speaking freely required immense courage. From the very beginning, he chose a path that placed truth above comfort and integrity above personal safety. Throughout his career, he worked under difficult conditions, often in environments where independent voices were marginalized or silenced. Yet he continued, believing firmly that journalism existed to serve the public, not power. He was among those who helped establish influential newspapers that became platforms for voices often excluded from mainstream narratives. These publications played a vital role in shaping public awareness and defending the idea that diverse perspectives are essential in a democratic society. His involvement in founding independent newspapers was not merely professional work, it was a statement of principle. He believed media should challenge injustice, question authority, and stand beside those whose stories were ignored. Over the years, his writing reflected clarity, discipline, and moral strength. He did not chase attention or sensationalism. Instead, he focused on substance, context, and responsibility, qualities that earned him respect even among those who disagreed with him. Colleagues remember him as calm yet determined, soft-spoken yet unyielding when it came to matters of press freedom. His presence in newsrooms was often reassuring, especially during times of pressure or uncertainty. For younger journalists, Hussein Aykol served as a guide and an example. He showed that journalism was not simply a job, but a lifelong commitment that required patience, ethics, and resilience. His work extended beyond articles and headlines. He contributed to shaping a culture of resistance within media, reminding others that silence in the face of injustice was itself a form of complicity. Even during challenging periods in his life, he remained devoted to writing and analysis. His belief in the written word never faded, and his connection to readers remained strong until the very end. As news of his death circulated, tributes poured in from journalists, writers, activists, and readers. Many spoke of how his words had influenced their understanding of freedom, justice, and responsibility. Some recalled specific articles that changed their perspective. Others remembered quiet conversations, advice offered generously, or encouragement given at crucial moments. His absence leaves a space that cannot easily be filled. Independent journalism, already under strain in many parts of the world, feels this loss deeply. Yet his legacy does not end with his passing. The newspapers he helped build, the journalists he inspired, and the principles he defended continue to live on. His life serves as a reminder that press freedom is never guaranteed. It must be defended continuously, often by individuals willing to take personal risks for the public good. Hussein Aykol's story is not one of fame, but of purpose. It is the story of a man who chose conscience over convenience and truth over silence. As he is laid to rest, his words remain, echoing through the pages he once filled with meaning. They stand as testimony to a life lived in service of free expression. In remembering Hussein Aykol, we remember the essential role of journalism in society. We remember that progress depends on voices brave enough to speak when silence is easier. His journey has ended, but his message endures. In every effort to protect independent media, in every honest report, and in every act of journalistic courage, his spirit continues forward. May his legacy inspire future generations to write fearlessly, question boldly, and remain faithful to the truth, no matter the cost.